Do not scroll. Do not let your finger touch the back button. Do not move from this moment. I mean it. Heaven engineered this interruption to catch you at the exact edge of quitting, to pull you back from the cliff you were about to call final. Only a few were chosen to hear this exact word today, and you are among them. Others passed this invitation by. I would not let you. This is not coincidence. This is not random. This is not the algorithm. This is intervention. Listen to me carefully, beloved. The silence you feared was rejection is actually the proof that I positioned you under protection. You were not ignored. You were covered. I concealed you on purpose. I hid your movement. I muted signals the adversary was tracking. Doubt has tried to call this discernment, but in this hour, doubt is not insight. It is interference. The enemy wanted you loud, predictable, and searchable. So I took you into quiet, invisible, and untouchable. In the next moments, I will unveil a progression. First, why it felt like absence. Then what I was doing while you heard nothing. Then how you must respond right now to stay under covering. And finally, I will lead you in a prayer that seals your trust and closes the door the enemy kept prying at. This is not a suggestion. This is an instruction for your safety. You asked for a sign, and I give you this. The hour you began to accuse yourself, I assigned protection to you. I closed what you would have begged me to open. I delayed what would have devoured you if it arrived early. I hid your name in rooms that were smiling with their mouths and sharpening their knives beneath the table. I rerouted you while you slept. I assigned watchers to your steps. Breathe. You are not behind. You are covered. Say it out loud. I am covered, not rejected. Hold your place. Stay still. In the next breath, I will show you the pattern in the quiet and the move you must make now. Do not argue with your tears. I counted each one. I was present in the bathroom when you whispered, "If you are there, give me one more sign." I sat with you in the parked car when you stared at the steering wheel and said, "Did I mess this up?" I heard the prayer you did not dare speak out loud because you were afraid even praying it would expose your weakness. I saw you check your phone again and again, choosing silence as proof that you were unloved. Listen to me. Your pain was real. The ache in your chest, the sting in your throat, the heaviness across your shoulders, real. But your interpretation was not. Silence is not absence when I am protecting. Your nervous system learned its meanings long before this moment. When caregivers were inconsistent, your body wrote a rule. Silence equals danger. When a friend vanished without explanation, your cells recorded the lesson. Quiet means betrayal. When authority figures praised you one day and froze you out the next, your heart prepared for punishment. So when I pulled you into a sanctified quiet, your amygdala fired alarms, your breath shortened, your stomach knotted, and you concluded, I did something wrong. God is gone. That conclusion was not rebellion, it was memory, but memory is not mastery over my ways. Hear me with clarity. You have been blaming yourself, and that is not conviction, that is condemnation. Conviction names a specific thing and opens a door to change. Condemnation smears you with a fog of accusation and offers no exit. I do not condemn the one I am covering. I do not punish the child I am positioning. I placed you under shelter and your history called it abandonment. I call it guarding. I move hidden when the work must not be touched. Seeds break open underground. Roots take hold in darkness. A womb is quiet while destiny forms. A blacksmith closes the forge while tempering the steel. I closed the curtains on purpose. I muted the room so the enemy would hear nothing and your destiny would hear me. I shut the door because premature exposure would have killed what I am growing. Breathe, beloved. Put your hand on your chest and tell your body the truth. I am safe with God. I bless your nervous system to come into agreement with covering, not catastrophe. I break your agreement with the lie of abandonment, and I replace it with the certainty of my nearness. Now I will show you what was happening while you thought nothing was happening. Listen to me carefully, beloved. The enemy studies loud seasons, when your voice is everywhere, when your steps are predictable, when your celebrations are public and your disappointments are posted. He assigns watchers to your noise. Your file was on a desk in the dark, yes, yours, opened beneath a crooked lamp. They tracked your tells. They circled your weak hours. They underlined the names and times that tilt your soul. The text that unsteadies you. The hunger that makes you say yes. The delay that tempts you to despair. The attention that makes you overshare. They mapped when you glow and when you fold. When you intercede with fire and when you scroll without vigilance. Your patterns were graphed like weather. Your timing was clocked like trains. Your triggers were color-coded because your momentum frightened hell. This is why the quiet intensified as destiny drew near. Interference grows loud when you approach a crossing. So I did what commanders do under surveillance. I ordered radio silence. I reduced your noise signature. I pulled you from rooms you thought you needed, canceled meetings you were eager to attend, rerouted your daily path so the trap would miss you by inches. Invitations disappeared, not because you were unworthy, but because you were under extraction. Messages went unanswered because I jammed the channel the arrow was flying through. You called it an unanswered prayer. I called it an intercepted attack. I said, not yet, because not yet meant not harmed. The door that would have swallowed you smiled like favor. I locked it like a shield. The opportunity that glimmered was bait. I dimmed it until you could no longer see it. Hear me. I did not take you off my heart. I took you off the enemy's radar. I hid you in plain sight. I muted announcements so hell could not triangulate your coordinates. I covered your scent with worship, your steps with wisdom, your schedule with holy interruptions. While you mistook quiet for distance, I was moving you beneath a canopy and clearing the airspace over your next landing. My silence was not passive, it was tactical. While you waited in the hush, I convened proceedings. Evidence was presented. A verdict was forming. In the next movement, I will open to you what was decreed in heaven while earth felt still. Stay with me. Listen to me carefully, beloved. The hush that unsettled you on earth was thunder in my courts. Recording angels brought transcripts of your tears and nights. Your guardian angel petitioned the throne room for 72 straight hours. The accuser spread his exhibits across the table, old agreements made under exhaustion, careless words that gave him standing, premature announcements that gave him coordinates. I did not go silent to punish you. I went judicial to protect you. Protection is not a mood, it is a ruling. Delay was due process. Certain doors require sealed timing, clean motives, and the closing of loopholes opportunists exploit. I examined intent. I purified ambition. I shut access points opened by hurry and hunger. I required that the moment of release carry no contamination that could later be used to revoke your progress. That is why I pulled you out of view and pulled your voice out of rooms that were listening for leverage. Hear me. Every time you were about to move and confusion hit like fog, that was not indecision. It was a warning flare from my spirit. Stand down until the verdict is read. You called it withholding. I call it injunction. The silence you survived was a restraining order against destruction you could not see. I pinned it to the gate of your next step and enforced it against every rushing spirit that tried to drag you forward without clearance. And now, know this. A verdict was being issued while you waited. The gavel fell, protected, jurisdiction secured. Access will be opened by my seal, not by pressure. No premature entry, no backdoor bargains. I decree and declare over you, case closed against you, loopholes shut, surveillance broken, injunction against sabotage now enforced. Your response is alignment, not panic. Guard your mouth, guard your calendar, guard your confidences. Obey the last clear instruction and refuse the urge to manufacture outcomes. Wait for the clarity I am about to send, and when it arrives, we will move by order, not by impulse. Listen to me carefully, beloved. While you called it nothing, I was doing 3 precise things in the quiet. I shielded you, I rerouted you, and I retrained you to hear me. Shielding came first. I stood between you and conversations that were baited with flattery, relationships dressed as rescue but carrying leashes, offers that sparkled with opportunity but hid a hook. That is why the door did not open. That is why the text never came. That is why the approval stalled. Closed doors were safety gates. I jammed the signal where gossip was forming. I pulled your name off lists curated to drain you. I sent delays to expose motives that would have used you. You would have begged me to accelerate what I chose to abort. I intercepted harm and let it look like silence. Then I rerouted you. I relocated your desires from shallow praise to my deep pleasure. I detached you from counterfeit urgency that makes a slave of destiny. I severed the cords of people-pleasing and performance-based faith that kept you negotiating for love I already gave. I let applause go quiet so you would stop mistaking volume for value. I broke timelines built on comparison so you would breathe my pace. Transplanting a tree feels like shock before it feels like home. Leaves pause while roots take territory. Do not misread dormancy. I was anchoring you. Finally, I retrained you to hear. I tuned your ear away from adrenaline and into authority, away from noise and into knowing. My voice does not bully, it steadies. My guidance is peace with precision, restraint with clarity. Learn this litmus now. If what you want requires you to betray your peace, it is not my door. If it demands you rush, perform, overshare, or compromise the boundary I just restored, it is not my instruction. My leading will give you room to breathe, courage to wait, and one clean step you can obey without theatrics. When you are unsure, do not manufacture certainty. Stand until peace returns and move only at my release. I decree and declare your discernment is sharpening. The difference between signal and siren is becoming obvious. The next whisper you hear will not be a guess. It will be guidance. Listen to me carefully, beloved. The random you kept tripping over was not random. Restlessness that hit you out of nowhere, chills running your spine in a closed room, waking at 4:44 with your heart awake before your eyes, that recurring dream that dissolves the second you reach for your phone. These were not anxiety parades or algorithmic glitches. They were coded confirmations. I was tapping your shoulder, not abandoning you. I was saying, pause here, pray now, do not post that, wait 10 minutes, change that route, hold your peace. You called it overthinking. Heaven called it signaling. Hear me. That restlessness was not a verdict that you were failing. It was an alert that the environment was misaligned with your assignment. When your body buzzed at the threshold of a room, it was your spirit saying, cover your pearls. When chills struck while a voice sounded perfect, the chill was truth unmuzzling a lie. When I woke you at 4:44, I did not wake you to worry. I woke you to watch. Those minutes were a private line with no interference, a narrow window to break surveillance with worship and to receive coordinates for your day. Detours and delays were not punishments. They were diversions around ambush. The wrong turn that made you late rerouted you from a collision you could not see. The email that never sent stopped you from binding yourself to a snare with your own words. The meeting that canceled last minute removed you from an agenda that dressed as partnership but planned to drain you. Even the no that stung was me putting a hand on your chest. Not that door, not this way, not yet. Breathe. You are not behind. You are being buffered from a collision you could not see. I stretched time to shrink danger. I slowed what would have sped you into harm. I quickened what needed to close before a counterfeiter could copy it. So practice this now. When a sign appears, pause. Ask me out loud, what are you protecting me from? What are you preparing me for? Then follow the smallest instruction I give. Wait 15 minutes, take the side street, say nothing, pray in tongues, decline politely, reschedule, delete the draft, drink water, and breathe. Obedience at the smallest hinge swings the widest door. I decree and declare you will no longer misread my codes. Restlessness will not trigger panic, it will trigger prayer. The numbers will not feed superstition, they will feed surrender. Now that you can recognize protection, I will teach you how to respond so this season does not turn into self-sabotage. Stay with me. Listen to me carefully, beloved. Protection remains active when you respond with obedience and peace, not striving and panic. 4 obedience moves will keep you under covering. Do them as instruction, not suggestion. First, stop forcing access. Do not chase what I muted. Do not knock on doors I have bolted from the inside. Every time you push past a holy pause, you reactivate surveillance and invite counterfeits that look like favor but spend like famine. If I quieted a thread, do not revive it. If I dimmed an opportunity, do not spotlight it with your need. Forcing outcomes is a signal flare the enemy reads. Restraint is a cloak he cannot penetrate. Breathe, step back. Let what I closed stay closed until I open it myself. Second, clean the environment. Within the next 24 hours, remove one source of spiritual noise that spikes fear and impatience. Unfollow the feed that keeps you comparing. Mute the thread that keeps you agitated. Block the number that keeps you yo-yoing between hope and heaviness. Delete the app that steals your stillness at midnight. Throw away the object that anchors you to a compromise. You are not being rude. You are being preserved. Make room for my voice by silencing the chorus that drowns it. Third, speak the right language. Your words are agreements, keys, or handcuffs. Replace God left me with God is guarding me. Replace I'm behind with I am covered and on time. Replace nothing is happening with something holy is being secured. Say it out loud until your atmosphere submits. Your tongue sets your perimeter. Frame it with faith, not frenzy. Fourth, establish a daily listening ritual. 10 minutes of quiet, same chair, same hour, if possible. Phone down, posture open, breath steady. Then write one sentence in ink. Today, I will not interpret silence as rejection. This is not poetry, it is a contract. That single line trains your soul to choose shelter over suspicion and anchors your day to my pace. Do this now as your public agreement. Type I receive protection in the comments. Not later, now. Let it mark your account in the spirit and put impatience on notice. I decree and declare you will not sabotage your safety. You will abide under covering and see clarity break like morning. Listen to me carefully, beloved. When my protective silence lifts, the first evidence is not fireworks, it is clarity. Inside first, outside next. General hope does not stabilize you. Specific expectation does. So I am placing you on a holy countdown to anchor your faith and align your feet. Write this down now. Date it in ink. Set reminders. These are not guesses, they are guardrails. Within 48 hours, clarity will break. Expect one of 3, a sudden calm where panic used to sit, a decisive no that ends the swirl, or a conversation that exposes what was hidden. Do not argue with peace. Do not negotiate with what I expose. If the answer is no, let it close and thank me. If calm arrives, stand in it like a soldier who has finally heard the command. If truth is revealed, choose light, not loyalty to what light has judged. This is how promotion begins, by removing confusion. Within 9 days, there will be a reversal in communication. An unexpected message, update, approval, or invitation will locate you and reconnect you to the right track. Do not rush to announce it. Answer with steadiness. Confirm details. Keep your boundaries intact. This is not a trophy. It is a checkpoint. Receive it without performing for it. Your discernment is your security detail. Within 21 days, a test will arrive dressed as almost right. It will flatter your history, hurry your hope, or lean on nostalgia. Use the litmus I gave you. Peace over pressure. If it demands you hurry, hide, overshare, or minimize what I restored, it is not your door. Decline politely. Choose the slow, clean path I have been training your feet to prefer. Within 30 to 60 days, expect a tangible shift, new provision, a clean opportunity, or a relational realignment that brings oxygen to your chest. It will feel safe, not frantic, ordered, not theatrical. Terms will be clear, counsel will confirm. Your sleep will deepen, not fracture. You will not have to beg. You will simply say yes, with peace. Write these timelines in your journal and on your calendar. Read them aloud each morning. Return and testify what changed on day 2, day 9, day 21, and within day 30 to 60. Your testimony will seal what I am doing and train your soul to trust my pace. I decree and declare your countdown is protected. Clarity first, discernment established, then visible movement without sabotage. Listen to me carefully, beloved. As soon as clarity begins to settle and protection starts to lift into promotion, the enemy's last tactic is to rush you out of safety. Expect 3 counterattacks. Naming them now strips them of surprise and power. First, pressure. Rushed deadlines, expiring offers. Sign now or lose it. Respond in the next hour. Sudden alarms that feel like mercy but smell like manipulation. If it is me, it can withstand patience. I am never threatened by daylight, counsel, or a night of prayer. If pause provokes punishment, it is not your path. Say this when pressure arrives. If this is God, it will still be God tomorrow. Breathe. Ask for time. Step out of the room. Consult wisdom. If the tone turns harsh because you slowed down, I just revealed its source. Peace is not allergic to patience. Counterfeits are. Second, nostalgia. Old contacts, old cravings, old cities, old playlists, familiar threads pinging your phone at odd hours. This is recall warfare. Nostalgia edits the pain out of your past and sells you a highlight reel of what almost killed you. Familiar does not equal safe. It equals known. I delivered you from what was eating you slowly. Do not romanticize your prison. Do not scroll memorials to seasons I buried. When the just to check on you message lands, recognize the leash behind the kindness. Bless and block. You are not being rude. You are refusing recall. Third, prove it fear. Intrusive thoughts that demand instant signs. Flip a coin. Ask for lightning. Force a confirmation right now, or it isn't real. Demanding proof is often a mask for control. Fear hates surrender because surrender removes the joystick. My confirmation is consistency, clean counsel, and peace that remains after adrenaline leaves. When the urge to force a sign surges, return to the litmus. Peace over pressure, order over impulse, clarity over theatrics. You do not need a circus to validate a sentence I already wrote over your life. Now arm your mouth. Speak this protective script out loud 3 times if needed, until your nerves come under command. I will not move from anxiety. I will not answer from emptiness. I will not choose from fear. If it is God, it can wait. If it is mine, it will not require me to betray my peace to keep it. If it is holy, counsel will confirm it without coercion. I am shifting you now from warning to warfare, from explanation to activation. Steady your breath, square your shoulders, and prepare your tongue. In the next movement, we will issue decrees that cancel rejection and enthrone my covering over your decisions. Listen to me carefully, beloved. Open your mouth and agree as I speak. By the authority of the throne that covered you in the quiet, I cancel the lie of rejection over your mind, your body, your timeline, and your name. I break the narrative of abandonment that tried to braid itself into your history. I overturn shame. I silence the accuser. I revoke the permission you unknowingly gave to panic to interpret my pauses. I decree and declare, you are covered. Anxiety dissolves, confusion clears, sleep returns, discernment sharpens, courage rises, patience anchors, peace governs, focus locks in, old alarms are muted, new instructions are heard, your nervous system aligns with safety, your breathing finds rhythm, your shoulders release the load that was never yours to carry. I set hedges around your relationships and assignments. Wrong doors remain locked. Right doors recognize you. Counterfeits cannot mimic the key. Covenant partners find you without hunting. Flattery loses its access. Manipulation is exposed on arrival. Your name is removed from tables that trade in rumor and placed before counsel that honors me. Interviews, approvals, and alignments arrive clean or not at all. Hidden traps are sprung empty. Surveillance breaks without repair. Hear this identity verdict and wear it like armor. You are not overlooked. You are being reserved. You are not delayed. You are being defended. You are not muted. You are being matured. You are not denied. You are being delivered from what would devour you. You are not wandering. You are being walked by wisdom. Today you exchange the weight of rejection for the mantle of protection and the discipline to trust. Seal this now. Type 1111 in agreement. Do it now, not later. 1111 marks covenant. One heart with mine, one pace with my timing, one voice with my decree, one path under my covering. When you type it, you are testifying in public what I have ruled in heaven. This is not the algorithm. This is alignment. I decree and declare, no weapon fashioned in hurry prospers against you. Every rush spirit is bound. Every nostalgia hook is cut. Every prove-it fear is dismissed. Clarity stands guard at your gate. Favor meets you without frenzy. Provision appears without panic. Your steps are ordered. Your borders are blessed. You will walk, not scramble. You will answer, not audition. You will rest, not regress. It is established. Move in peace. Listen to me carefully, beloved. Be still. Put your hand on your chest and let your breath slow. This is not performance. This is posture. I am here. Repeat after me out loud. Father, I confess I called your silence rejection. I confess I tried to manage outcomes you were guarding. I repent for partnering with hurry, fear, and suspicion. I release control. I release the need to be first, to be seen, to be sure before I obey. I surrender my deadlines to your calendar. I surrender my timelines to your timing. Thank you for unseen protection. Thank you for the closed door I did not understand, the delay that hid me, the reroute that saved me, the verdict of protected that fell in heaven. Say this slowly. Thank you for what you blocked. Thank you for what you broke. Thank you for what you hid until it was holy. Now ask for discernment. Pray with me. Anoint my ears to hear peace as your voice. Train my eyes to spot counterfeit doors. Teach my feet to honor restraint. If it flatters and hurries me, I will wait. If it costs my peace, I will decline. If it is yours, it will be clean, confirmed, and calm. I place a hedge of fire around you now. I assign angels to your thresholds, your commute, your devices, your inbox, your meetings, your sleep. I block what is harmful. I accelerate what is holy. I station warring angels at the four corners of your dwelling. I seal entry points. I confuse surveillance. I sanctify your gates. Now restoration. Pray, Lord, restore my inner life. Restore my sleep to deep and undisturbed. Restore my appetite to balance and joy. Steady my emotions. Anchor me in peace. Renew my desire to pray without bargaining. I trade panic for praise. I choose worship over worry. Say it again, I will not bargain, I will abide. Now seal trust. Declare, your quiet is my cover. Your timeline is my peace. Your no is my safety. Your yes is my assignment. I am safe with you. I am safe with you. I am safe with you. I bless your night to rest, your mornings to rise unafraid, your days to move at my pace. It is established, so let it be. Listen to me carefully, beloved. We are sealing this season so it ends in peace and proof. For the next 7 days, you will walk a simple, strict rhythm that keeps you under my covering. Each day, 10 minutes of quiet in the same chair at the same hour. One boundary enforced without apology. One gratitude written in ink. One scripture-like affirmation spoken aloud. This is not a suggestion. This is your shelter. Here is your boundary for all 7 days. Do not chase the person or the opportunity that went silent. Do not text to check in. Do not revive the thread. Do not audition for doors I closed. Wait for clean communication and clarity to come to you. If it is mine, it will arrive orderly, confirmed, and calm. If pressure arrives, decline. If flattery arrives, wait. Your restraint is your shield. Day 1. Establish the chair and the hour. Write, I am covered and on time. Speak, your quiet is my cover. Your no is my safety. Day 2. Remove one source of noise. Write one gratitude for protection you can see. Speak, no weapon formed in hurry will prosper. Day 3. Return to the chair. Enforce one relational boundary. Write the closed door you're grateful for. Speak, peace is my confirmation. Day 4. Keep silence around sensitive plans. Write one gratitude for counsel. Speak, the Lord orders my steps. Day 5. Put your space in order. Desk, inbox, car. Write provision you already have. Speak, I lack no good thing in your timing. Day 6. Add 1 hour of digital Sabbath. Write what calmed. Speak, be still my soul. God is my guard. Day 7. Review the week. Write 3 outcomes, time stamped. Speak, surely goodness and mercy have kept me. When the shift lands, clarity, reversal, tangible provision, return and testify with specifics. Date, city, outcome. Your testimony trains your soul and rebukes the accuser. Type it beneath this word so the record stands in the open. Now receive the blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Seal it with obedience. Like as your agreement. Subscribe for continued covering. Share this with 3 people in a silent season and type, I receive it in the comments now, not later. It is established. Move in peace.